Region 10 is a council of government serving the same 6 counties as the Workforce Center does. We were set up in 1986 to perform a variety of services on behalf of our 23-member local governments. That includes counties and communities. Our portfolio is quite varied. We're going to focus on the business aspects or business-related programs today, but we also offer the Area Agency on Aging that supports senior services throughout the 6 counties. And we do transit and highway planning as well on behalf of the Colorado Department of Transportation. We're not going to talk about those today. We're going to talk primarily about our business-related services. So I guess I'll start it off by saying that the building that you're sitting in, the Enterprise Center, was designed as an incubator of sorts for emerging new businesses and for nonprofits. We finished this building last year. We're glad to say that out of the 37 offices in the building, we have 1 left. So it's been very well received. We sort of share and share alike as far as the costs go. We keep our rents very low to share the cost with the folks in the building. And our goal is to try to break even with this building and pass the savings on to our tenants. So we're really glad this building is up and going. That's probably the simplest of our services to business. We also have a business loan fund and enterprise zone tax credits available. These are programs we offer for our 6 counties. And let me introduce Rona Keckler. She is a coordinator for our enterprise zone tax credit program, and she'll describe them briefly.
The enterprise zone has got several aspects. The biggest one and most commonly used by far the business tax credits. But we also have a marketing grant, which we get from the state every year, and that goes out generally to non-profits or tourist organisations, again to help market and aid the development of the region, which ties in with the business. We have a contribution programme where entities can request state approval, and they can give 25% tax credits to donors of any organisation. Again, has to be an application under our set requirements. So those support the enterprise zone in the development and the support of local entities, which enriches the whole environment. But as I said, the biggest one by far is the business tax credits. There are several aspects to the tax credits. The first and most commonly used is investment tax credit. That is where any company in the 6-county region, other than in Telluride, Mountain Village, Crested Butte, Mount Crested Butte, and Orchard City has opted out. They chose not to pay their membership fees. You can still get the credits, but there's a small fee for that. So basically, any business in the 6-county region is entitled to claim these credits. Any investment that you make in your company that is basic equipment or essential machinery or property that you have to carry out your business will get a 3% tax credit. That sounds okay, 3%. You buy a new truck, work it out. I have one company last year that invested $93 million in this region because of tax credits. They also created jobs. That gave them $2.5 million in tax credit. That makes it make sense, doesn't it? Brings it home. It did to me anyway. It's the biggest one I've ever seen. So the investment tax credit is entitled for any equipment or property. And you cannot use a building, for example. That's considered an asset which you would resell. But essential equipment or property like a hotel, it would be beds, linens, etc. are acceptable. That one is by far the most commonly used. Then we have job credits, which ties in with what you were saying in the workforce. Anybody, it doesn't have to just be a veteran. Those are federal taxes, I'm assuming. Is that correct? These are state tax credits. That's fairy dust. You just can't get state tax credits. They're very hard to come by. I'm one of the few people in this region that can actually allocate them to you and sign off on them. The job tax credits, any new employee that you employ that is a job that you've never had before. So say you had an average of 10 employees over a year, taking the monthly numbers, and you then raise that, you employ a new person that's one more than you've ever had before. For each employee like that you employ, you get $500. If you are in Delta, Hinsdale or Uray counties, those are enhanced rural enterprise zones, and you will get $2,500 for each new employee.
Where's that now?
Delta County, Hinsdale County and Uray County. And that is worked out in relation to per capita income, average population per square mile. They have a formula that they work it out on. So we've got 3 enhanced rural zones and 3 enterprise zones, okay, in the 6 counties. Any new job that you create, if you also provide health insurance for that employee, for each of the first 2 years that you have that employee, you get $200 tax credits.
I'm sorry, could I ask, does that have to be the new employee, new job, or is that...
New employee, new job. Okay, and it's just for their first 2 years. But it does help encourage the business owner to provide health insurance. They have to pay 50% of the
Just to
health
clarify, if you have never offered health insurance to your employees and you add health insurance
No,
for all of them?
new jobs only.
Okay.
New jobs only. But the idea is that it's going to, hopefully, you can't give health insurance to just a new employee. The others wouldn't be very happy. So, you know, generally it's encouraging and trying to support employers to help tie in with the health issues that they have. Okay? Not the employees, but the country. There are other tax credits that you can get that are business related. One is refurbishment. If you take over, lease or purchase a building that is over 20 years old and has been empty for more than 2 years. 2 years is critical. I had somebody that was like a day and a half short when they signed the document. They got nothing. The CPA called me up and said, "Can't you swing?" I said, "Show me the documents." And it was a day and a half, literally short. But if it's 20 years old, it's been empty for 2 years, and you refurbish that building, you're revitalizing the economy through that building and with your new business, you will get 25% of the cost of your refurbishment. That's quite a bit. And research and development, and I'll give you the sweet corn as an example. That company does a lot of research and development in agriculture, and they get 10% of their costs, development costs. So that's a brief outline of the various tax credits that are available to business owners, farm owners. I have dozens of people that have small ranches and farms where it's one employee, it's the owner. And every year when they buy equipment or whatever, it gives them the tax.